Okay, so Priscilla is about Priscilla Presley. It is based upon a book that she wrote in the 1980s called Something Along the Lines of My Life with Elvis. And it covers the time of her marriage to Elvis Presley. And before, from when they first meet when she's 14 and he's 24,
Yeah,
which
that.
is creepy.
No, that's one of those things that got glossed over in the Elvis story.
Yeah, so she was very young and at the age of 17 ends up moving from Germany to the US to live with them. So it's a lot of a very, very unhealthy relationship.
Yeah.
And it's all quite well documented that he got her using drugs at the age of 14, and it was a fundamentally quite an abusive relationship, really. And he probably wasn't a terribly nice person, which I don't think is any kind of surprise. The film is made by Sophia Coppola and is beautiful. It's very stylish. It really captures the flavour of the sort of the 1950s through to the 1970s when they got divorced,
Yeah.
and the birth of Lisa Marie, and really the sort of the downward spiral of their marriage and of Elvis. It's a very well done film. It's a well acted film. And I say it's beautiful, exactly as you would expect, but it probably lacks a bit of substance. Um,
Okay.
because arguably there's not that much substance to be found, really. What's a very nice thing about it doesn't actually use very much Elvis music, which feels a bit incongruous, but actually works very well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's a well put together, enjoyable watch, but doesn't sort of capture your anything. There's nothing new to be told. It's a pretty film about something that's well known, worth watching, but not massively to be written home about, I think.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, because
It's a,
this is a film that a friend of mine went to see. I mean, remember a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about the difference in prices of cinemas between Romford in Essex and Central London and Leicester Square, and she went to see it,
yes.
and she quite liked it. I think she was kind of like, oh no, no, that good film. Like she actually quite well liked it. I'm trying to look up exactly what Cindy said because this is Cindy Drennan, and but which I'll find in a second. But you're saying you think good film, beautiful but inessential.
Yes. Yeah.
Did
Liked
Elvis look?
it.
Did the actor playing Elvis look like Elvis? Or
Yeah, it was a fairly good match, and she looked quite a lot like Priscilla
from?
as well. It was well
Yeah,
cast.
I mean, I did from the trailers. I did like the trailers. Sort of intrigued me because I did like the sort of fashions. And do the
Yes.
fashions change like with the time as she gets
Yeah.
older and the relationships
Yes.
are older? So you get those type. Because
Yeah.
sometimes that
So it's
and that's what makes a film quite stylish. Sometimes I think.
yeah. So it's beautiful. It is very stylish.
Yeah.
The cinematography is good. The costumes are good. The acting is good. I got to the end and said that was good. But not to use the word good, but not my life has not been transformed by it. But I don't think I expect it to be. I think I expected it to be a bit more than it was, and I can't
No,
tell you why I thought that.
well, yeah, no, but I mean,
Um,
it is Sofia Coppola, and that is kind of like dreamy, sort of like beautiful looking things is what she does. I heard somebody refer to this as part of her sad girl films, which is
yeah,
yeah, she does tend to do. She sort of she lives in melancholy, shall I say, with Sofia Coppola. That a lot of her films are melancholic. They are not. They're not. Like, essentially, it would be weird to see her direct a Marvel movie. Let me put it that way. But
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so
Sad girl seems about right. It's yeah, and it's as I say it's beautiful and,
all right,
and lovely, but yeah, a bit
yeah,
bit insubstantial. But I'm not sure where it could have got substance from.
all right. Okay, so I found the thing that Cindy sent through to me. So Cindy Drennan, I told you I'll give you a name drop on the podcast, and she says, ooh, can I get a name drop on the podcast? There you are. You're welcome. She says, I would love that. I thought it was elegant, delicate, well thought out. It dealt with the subtle and sometimes not too subtle power plays very well. Good soundtrack, maybe to be expected. It wasn't Elvis though. So
Yeah, I think that's all. I think that's all very fair.
All right, cool. So how many stars would you give Priscilla?
I would agree with all of those comments.
Yeah, how many stars? How many stars would you give Priscilla?
3.
Three.
Three.
Three
Upended
stars
3.
for 3 stars for Priscilla to kick us off, and bang on your 5 minutes as well.
Woohoo!
Bang on your 5 minutes.
And I am now